Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise. We are on the precipice of eliminating the Philadelphia Phillies here in a Game 4 showdown, and this is a crossroads for us here in the series as we're starting to get more serious than I ever thought would be possible in year 2. We're down to the showdown between Andrew Painter and Shane Baz, and we're going to see if we can do it today and get it done in advance through the NLDS into the NLCS. Andrew Painter is a 75 overall, a very young pitcher thrust into this moment for Philadelphia. He's got some pretty well-balanced stats, but over 130 innings this year, he's not been great. A 5.30 ERA. There's opportunity here, and let's get after it. I cannot wait. It's Game 4 of the NLDS, and I would love to thank everybody, first of all, for the support to get to this moment. It has been incredible that there's been so many people subscribing and watching these videos. I've gotten a handful of comments over some of these, and I'm just really, really thankful, and I'm thankful for this team right now. As we're in Game 4, and we've already made it deeper into the postseason than I thought was possible. Shane Baz here on the mound. In his second postseason appearance, it's going to need to be a lot better than the first one in order for us to get this done. A 7.36 ERA in his first appearance, didn't even make it through 4 innings. It was really tough, but I think that Shane Baz was so good for so long and consistently for us that I do feel like we're going to get a bounce back. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of that performance, and I think that the pressure is going to turn Shane Baz into a diamond. And we'll get the ground out to Triolo here to begin the game. Nice. The 0-2 to Stott. And we miss outside with that circle change. It's all right. At 0-2, we've got a couple junk pitches to get rid of. See if we can get him chasing. 1-2 now on Stott. And we get him below the zone. A 4-seamer. Swing and miss. And that's a nice strikeout. And now it's Kyle Tucker. Got to be very careful of him all the time. King Tuck. Long may he reign. Which not against us. And that's a good slider. We got him. And Baz is out of the first. 2 strikeouts to his record. Excellent. And now we're going to take our first look at Andrew Painter. Like I said, he's had a really challenging year, over 5 ERA, and you got to think that Philadelphia was absolutely hoping to eliminate us before it got to this point. They just did not do as much as they needed to in the offseason or up to the trade deadline. They just didn't do what they needed to get somebody better than Andrew Painter, or maybe there's been some injuries, you never quite know. But at this point in time, I can absolutely say, with no doubt, that Andrew Painter would not be the guy that almost anybody would choose in a situation based on how he has performed all year. So we got to do our best to take advantage. And the rise is going to pop out to begin our day. And O'Neal Cruz will follow him deep into right field. It goes back pretty well and will stop before the warning track. So no luck against Painter through the first 2. And we'll see if Brian Reynolds is going to have anything better. He's averaging .320 through the postseason. He was good through the regular year, but here he has been an absolute stud. And unfortunately, he's underneath that to lift it high up next to the mound, and both pitchers through the first inning with no damage on either of them just yet. Top of the second now for Baz, and it's 0-0 as we have not been able to score. And that is hit over to Montgomery. He'll play that. And Ozuna is sat down for the first out. Baz looking really good here. Only 10 pitches to get 4 outs. Add a few more now as it's 3-2 against Bryce Harper as we miss away. No bite on that circle change outside either. Maybe that's just not the pitch that's going to work tonight. Let's try to keep it low at least. And yep, slider is fouled away. Harper stays alive and he'll get one more. He's averaging .231, so a little underperforming. Big swing and a miss there. But I'm happy to see Harper not having a stellar postseason against us. We've only gotten 5 outs so far, and Shane Baz directly responsible for 3 of them as he struck out 3. And then Bohm lifts that to right, and Sawinski with the red arrow there. He did not react well, and that will cause Bohm to get on to first. Should have probably gotten us out of the inning there, but it's all right. We'll see if we can get it back. Wow, what a spot for that circle change. Baz put it directly up on the top shelf, and that was beautiful. 1-2 against Peterson. And we got him! The slider is called on the bottom of zone. Thank you very much, Blue. And that's 4 strikeouts for Shane Baz now. The Philly got their first hit. And we'll see if we can emulate that or bounce back at least. Joey Bart steps to the plate. Andrew Painter so far has been fine. It's only been one inning, of course, but we'll see. And there it is! Joey Bart! Joey barrels! Launching the cannonball deep into right center field, bouncing into the Allegheny. And Bart has given us the lead. There we go. 110 miles an hour off of the bat, 439 feet, and Bart has done it again. This guy is just incredible. And I'm so thankful he's on this team right now because he's come through in so many moments. Look at that crowd, the sea of yellow and black. Give him the sword. Let him wave it around. The Pirates of Pittsburgh are really something this year, guys. Let's see what Colson Montgomery can do. If he can turn it around, he went 0 for 3. In his last game, he's batting .067. And he will get plunked right on the shoulder. Well, that's not great for him, but it does give us a base runner with still nobody out, and now Max Schumann. We'll see if he can get anything done. That's hit well, and it does go through into center field. I thought they might have snagged it at short for a second. He was reaching up, but there was some hesitation, so nope. And now Spencer Horwitz, 1-2 against him, but 2 men on, nobody out. Wow, big swing and a miss. Fooled us bad on that changeup. Painter gets out of 1 out, and now sets himself up and Philly to get out of this with a double play. Jared Triolo trying to spoil that. And that's lifted to right. He was a little jammed low and inside. And yeah, not quite deep enough. And at second, we're not quite fast enough. So we're going to leave him right there. And now Sawinski, Captain Jack, with 2 men on, 2 outs. And that's grounded over to third. And we'll toss over to first, and that ends it. Base runners go down. All right, Brandon Marsh now in the top of the third, leading off for Philly, and he hits that weakly shallow center, and Cruz is going to get there. Phenomenal. There we go. All right, what about Real Muto? How does he do against Shane Baz? And lifts that high and deep into left field. It continues to go, and on the warning track, Reynolds will get a hold of it. Prevent any action there. Lineup will turn over now for the first time for Philly. It's a full count against Trey Turner. And that curveball is fouled away. That caught a little bit too much of the plate. A little bit too much. And let's try going high and away. Called strike 3 on the top of the zone. We skim the top one more time, and there we go. And now Luis Arraez will come back. The lineup turns over for us. It's 1-2 against him. And that is hit. It does not sneak through, though. And Arraez is sat down. Next up will be O'Neal Cruz again, and we'll see if he can do something better than a pop-up to right field. Painter releasing, and no, it's Bohm at third. It will reach up and pull it right out of the air. It's 2 down and a full count now to Brian Reynolds. And we get a good piece of that, but that's fouled, unfortunately, into right. All right, we'll try the full count one more time. Yeah, we were early on that cutter. Not very early, but early enough. And that's just a routine foul ball. And, oh, wow, we got lucky there. Ball 4 on the slider. Wow, that was very, very fortunate. And it's going to give Joey Bart another opportunity. 2 out, though. And nope, he's going to lift that into center field, and that is out number 3. Painter through 3, only 1 against him. Can Shane Baz continue his route to success? It's 1-2 against Stott. Got the called strike again. Wow, Baz is getting a lot of these going his way, and I'm here for it. Absolutely. 0-2 against Kyle Tucker now. Can we spin a little bit more magic on this? And no, the circle change is very close. Excellent pitch with no balls, but now it's 1-2. And we get him. Oh, it goes over Baz. Montgomery, though, on the shift is perfectly placed, and Tucker is sat down. And now Bryce Harper. No, never mind. He's on deck still. And it's Ozuna. Yep. And Baz will get a chance if he can stop dancing around there. Pick a direction. There you go. Thank you so much. Wow. Finally, finally got underneath that one and puts him away to end the top of the 4th. Well, we're getting towards the halfway point of this game now, and we still maintain a 1-run lead. Colson Montgomery back to the plate as this game has gone pretty well. We've gotten a lot of contact off of Andrew Painter. Not too many strikeouts, so I am happy about that at least, putting the balls in play. That's step one to having a good offensive day. And the other part is not swinging at bad pitches, and I've done quite a bit of that there, but we'll see if the boys can make up for my deficiencies as a hitter, as Schumann will lift that for out number 2 into center field. And that's not going to be very helpful.
One strike.
What about Spencer Horwitz? Love to see another big moment from him. We had some really big, crucial moments during the regular year, and I would love for him to be part of the crew that takes us further into this postseason. It's going to take another at-bat to give that another shot, though, and the starter comparison will show the difference between Boz and Painter. We've got 6 strikeouts to this point. Painter only with 1. He did walk one guy and, of course, hit another guy by pitch. But so far, on paper, they don't look like they're having that too dissimilar of a game. But Boz has absolutely had the better game so far. The command has been there. We've been getting the calls going our way. It hasn't been very good contact, except for that one by Harper right there, which went into center field. And now it's 0-2 against Alec Bohm, as Philly is trying to work back some way to get a run. Sawinski to right center field. Will play that for the first out. Harper remains at first. And whoa, that throw goes a little wild there, but Boz is set up. Good way to back up the cutoff man there. Actually, he was just probably standing on a mound. And that's strike 2. Bart letting him know how good of a pitch that was. That slider inside fooled Peterson pretty badly. And we get him that time. All right. Harper's going to take second, though, and Bart will flail on the ground as I hit the wrong button. It's a wild pitch by Boz, though, and let's not have any more of those, shall we? Brandon Marsh at the plate, 1-2. And that's hit to Schumann, who's gotten a decent bit of action here in the postseason defensively. I like that we've had so many highlights of him playing good defense. That's been nice. All right, Jared Triolo, 1-2 against him, bottom of the 5th. I'd like to get some more insurance. Philadelphia could come back at any moment. Just a couple swings of the bat. Harper, Tucker, several of these guys could tie this game up at a moment's notice. And Sawinski is underneath that one just a little bit too much. Lifted deep into center field, but that's out number 2. And the lineup will turn over for the 3rd time. And this is traditionally where batters really start to figure out pitchers. I know the math is there. And he will hit Luis Ariz. That's the 2nd of our guys that have taken a shot. So he'll get the free pass over to first the hard way. And that is swung on and tipped, but that's into the catcher's glove. 2 lefties now in the bullpen. It's Banks and Moore for Philadelphia as they seek some help and reinforcements on the mound outside of Andrew Painter. He has not really done badly, though. And Cruz, perfect hit, deep to right center field, and yes, it does clear the wall, 398 feet. And just as I was about to congratulate Painter on making it through 5 innings of just 1-run ball, he promptly gives up a hard hit shot. 108 off the bat, nearly 400 feet. And O'Neal Cruz has given us the padding that I was looking for. It's 3-0 now. And the Phillies will call on Seth Johnson, a righty who was not one of the guys that was in the bullpen just now. So did they not warm him up or what? I don't know. It's 2 down, though, and Brian Reynolds will get the first look at him. And that's a meatball. Reynolds gets a hold of it to right, and oh, he's there. The timing was good, great contact, but regardless, O'Neal Cruz giving us exactly what we needed. And we'll leave Boz in there. That will get past Triolo into center field. Cruz will play it. And I'm going to give Boz a little bit more of a leash now here, as I talked about reacting quickly, especially in the postseason, but I don't want to overreact, and that's in the dirt. Bart trying to get it, and no, they will get over to second base. So now a runner in scoring position off of a single and a wild pitch. And the slider is called inside. Trey Turner's got to be mad. He's nodding. Well, never mind. That's strikeout number 8. Boz has been amazing so far. It's 1-2 against Stott now. And strikeout number 9. They said he went around at the plate. And the circle change. Another really, really good one. Only 73 pitches so far to this point. And that's weakly grounded. Another one to Schumann. And Boz is through 6 innings against the Phillies in the postseason, and they have not scored on him. This has been great. Joey Bart He lifts that left center field. It's going back, going deep, and it will drop in. Excellent. And Bart will have a lead-off double. If he had more speed, that might have been a triple, but no. Catcher's not going to make it all the way over to third on that one. All right, Colson. Nope. You're going to strike out again. Colson has been an absolute non-factor offensively. His bat has just disappeared completely, but he has been good defensively, so I know that there's still a spot. And Schumann, yes, there we go. He finds the gap in right center field, and that will score our 4th run of the game. Johnson was put in despite 2 other lefty hands warming up, and he's given up a run. So it's getting a little bit of a deeper hole here for Philly now as we're in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Fixing to be 2 off of this play, and still not deep enough or fast enough to advance the runner to third, I don't think. And Jared Triolo will seek his first hit of the game, and that's weakly chopped over to first base. He'll play it himself, and Triolo will have to have another time around. Boz here in the 7th versus Ozuna. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and in. Boz is just tearing through these guys. I love it. Okay, fouled away. Got a little piece of it. It's still 0-2, though. I mean, we don't have to give him anything good. Let's try to trail it outside. Boz. Got him! Slider! Didn't go where I wanted it to go, but that's another strikeout, and that's number 10. Double digits through 6 1/3 for Shane Boz, and we have still not passed 80 pitches so far. He's been efficient. He's been on his spots. He's been able to get the corners. The umpires liked what he's seen. This has been crazy. Wow, that was a really close miss there. 1-1. All right, get the call that time on the circle change. 1-2 against Harper. And he went after it. Strikeout number 11. The circle change outside has not really worked all game. We've been able to snag the corner, but as far as being outside, like well out there. And Schumann's not going to be able to get that one. Reynolds will play it off of the bounce, and that will hold Bohm to just a single. Had that made it fair down the third base line, that probably would have been a double. But it's 1 man on with 2 outs. And we get strike 1 on Jock Peterson. I want to try to pound it inside here. That misses, but we'll get away with it. It's 0-2. Boz delivering. Gosh, what a pitch, man. That slider just barely comes back in and snags the corner. Has Boz been incredible or what? Only 4 hits allowed against him, double-digit strikeouts, and 7 innings of scoreless ball. Unreal. Now Jack Sawinski will strike out. Okay, well, that's not as exciting, but we know Captain Jack is good for it. He's been incredible and really one of the few reasons that we can solidly point to and say the reason we're here is because of this man's efforts. Jack Sawinski is one of those guys. O'Neal Cruz due up next, but Luis Arraez here at the plate, and he did not get the green light on 3-0, so it's 3-1 now as Johnson remains in the game. I'm not sure on the strategy here from Philadelphia as he will walk him. Wow. Johnson delivering a free base runner. And we've been able to take a few walks out of Philadelphia today. I really like that. I don't do very well with holding back on pitches, especially if they're close or down in the zone. And that will get past the diving second baseman. And Cruz is on with a single. And there's 2 men on now with only 1 out for Brian Reynolds. This is a great guy to have in this location. And no, it's just barely foul. That would have been really nice to have. And Reynolds is going to have to try again. That was low in the zone. We were early on it, but that nearly clipped the first base foul line. And that will... No, it doesn't go through. He steps on the bag, and they get him. Oh, man. Really unfortunate. That had a few more miles an hour to it that would have gotten through and been another RBI. We'll bring in Dennis Santana, though, as I think the game for Boz has been absolutely more than we could have really asked for. And Santana has been good for us all year, so I'm definitely comfortable bringing him in. We've got a 4-run lead. We need 6 more outs to go. That's all. Dennis Santana, as a setup man, is literally designed and designated as the guy to put in this situation, and it's going to be up to him to get us out of it. It's 0-1, and Marsh lifts that, and Cruz will be able to get there. All right. 5 more outs before we advance, you guys. We're coming down to it. This has been very exciting. Very happy with how this game has gone as well. Swing and a miss by Real Muto, and that's another strikeout, this time from Santana. Lineup turns over for the 4th time now for Trey Turner. 1-2. And that's hit weakly. Montgomery. Oh, well, never mind. He's going to leave it just down there on the ground. Give it a little bit more time to rest before he grabs it. And now we've got massive speed on the bag off of that error. That's not promising. Because Philly can turn this around, like I said before, at any moment. But not yet. Bart, traveling behind home plate, is going to get it. And there we go. 3 outs remain between us and eliminating the Philadelphia Phillies. And to stop us from getting any more runs on the board, they're going to bring in Orion Kerkering. This guy's had our number for a large portion of the year. Whenever I faced him, he's been frustrating. I think I've said this exact description for him as well in a previous video, but it's very hard to keep track. But that's just the prevailing thought whenever I have to face Kerkering is, oh no, not this guy again. 1 out now after we swing and miss on the strikeout, and Montgomery hits that well, and there we go! Look who's getting into the mix now, Montgomery with a 1-out double. Thank you very much. Happy to see you. Welcome back to the team, my guy. And Max Schumann now with a 2-2 count against Kerkering. He's been able to contribute a little bit. He's averaging 222, and never mind, that will drop that average a little bit. And Spencer Horwitz with 2 outs, man in scoring position, bottom of the 8th. Hit well into center field, and they're going to play that. And we are down to the final inning. And that only means one thing right now. That means it's Colin Holderman time. The reliever of the year, the closer, the unbelievable performance that this guy has had all season must continue right here. We've got to get him out of here. Kyle Tucker will foul that away, and it's 1-1 against him. Colin Holderman has gotten through so many big moments, and Tucker lifts that to right field. Sowinski trailing back, and he's got it at the wall. That was what I was worried about. Kyle Tucker has got so much power, and at any pitch, he could take it out over the wall. A miss under the zone there as Holderman might be a little rattled. It's 1-2 against Ozuna. And called Cutter at the top of the zone. 2 outs and only 1 left to go. That's another strikeout for the Pirates today as we have been mowing these guys down. And Harper will watch the cutter above the zone for ball 1. Here we go. Let's try to get that inside and low. Nailed it. Okay. 1-1. Let's try going low and away. Too low. Misses on the sinker. 2-1. Come on, Holderman. Let's try getting the pitch on the corner. Nope. Goes to Horwitz instead. And that will do it. The Pirates win. We have won it. There we go. The Phillies are eliminated. And we are moving on to the championship series. There's only one team standing in the way of us challenging for the World Series this year. And I've got goosebumps, you guys. I can't believe it. I did not imagine this was going to be possible, but somehow we've done it. We're advancing into the NLCS, and the Pirates will celebrate on the field here at home in PNC Park, and that just has got to feel so good for them, just like it does for me. What do you guys think? I'm so happy. This is just really, really amazing, and it's even more so amazing because it was so unexpected. It really, really was, but I'm thrilled with how we've been able to play with this team, and the guys that have stepped up have been phenomenal. And now we set up a series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is going to be very challenging. And I do want to advance the day because I want to see the breakdown of who else is challenging and trying to get to the World Series here. So we're going to advance to the day, and Seattle has won over Cleveland. And now only one more series to be decided. We'll advance the days, and it's Baltimore. So here it is. For the ALCS, it's Baltimore versus Seattle. For the NLCS, it's the Dodgers versus the Pirates. And it all comes down to this. Did you imagine that this would be the playoff bracket that you guys would see? There's no way. You got to be honest. There's just no way that anybody saw this coming. This has been amazing. I'm so happy to be able to share this with you guys. It's been so much fun. There was a little bit of a hiccup there on that. So let's take a look at the rotation. Shohei Ohtani as the top ace for them actually had a 4.51 ERA through 177 innings. He did not do that great. He allowed more hits than innings pitched, 73 walks, only 22 home runs, but maybe he's slipping a little bit. Sasaki is probably closer to being what the actual ace should be right now. Great increases, a 95 overall, and yeah, 2.72 ERA over 165 innings. This kid's got it. Blake Snell And the third spot of the rotation is slipping a little bit on some ratings. He's a 93 overall, but he is still pitching at an incredible degree with a 3.69 ERA. And even though that's the worst ERA in 5 years, it's still very formidable and absolutely somebody we're going to have to try to take advantage of. Yamamoto has got a +9 to his home run stat, and that's really impressive. And his ERA is under 3 with 182 innings pitched. So Yamamoto is going to be very tough. And then Gavin Stone, yeah, he's the 5 spot there. 27 years old, 80 overall. None of his attributes look really, really killer. And he had a 5.45 ERA through only 7 games played, 36 innings pitched. So Stone might not be somebody that they had planned to rely on, and maybe he's just there for now. On the reliever side is Tony Gonsolin, who has not yet pitched in the postseason. River Ryan has had 5 clean innings and 5 strikeouts as well, credited with the win. Landon Knack is also untested in the postseason with no innings pitched. Brusdar Gratterall next with 1 inning and no ERA against him either. But they have not really had, oh my gosh, never mind, 81 ERA. They have not really had to rely on the bullpen from what it looks like. Not very much happening here. Tanner Scott with no innings as well. Evan Phillips behind him as the second setup man has also not played very much, but he's got some. I mean, he's gotten 5 outs at least with 2 strikeouts, nothing scored against him. And Glasnow rounding it out as the closer. 3 innings pitched with a 3 ERA, so that means 1 run against him. But there's definitely opportunity here, and the untested bullpen of the Dodgers are going to be a point that we're going to have to focus on. I'm looking at the lineup now, and these averages look quite low, except for Mookie Betts at a 364 average, but only 11 at-bats. So, yeah, they have really not had to work very much. Look at these low averages, you guys. Between the relievers not being used very much, the lineup not really producing, although it looks like the bottom half or third really has been a little more successful. But there's definitely some unknowns right now in how the Dodgers are going to play. And even on their bench, Tommy Edman, no at-bats. Max Muncy, no at-bats again. Hyun-Sung Kim, again. Yeah, this has been a very limited Dodgers team so far, but this is how it goes. For some teams, you know, they get successful and they make it to this final round, and then they kind of relax for a little bit until they really need to turn it on. And we're going to try to prevent them from doing so. It's going to be the end of this episode, and next time we're going to get started off the series for the Dodgers. So wish us the best of luck, and cannot wait to share that experience with you guys when it comes, and looking forward to it. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you soon.